Having two different ways of the Dragon Ball stories being told to me felt like a treat in the beginning, but then it became glaring that both medias are gonna tell me the story in two different ways. Which one is better? And to be honest, both of them have their flaws. If you haven't seen my previous video, I already went about how I think the manga was kind of bad in some parts and what the anime did far superior. This episode, I plan to go over what I believe to be my favorite parts of the manga and what I think they did better than the anime. In the beginning, with Goku having his image training, how in the anime it really wasn't done with image training, he was just fighting the air. Here it was shown to us because we were actually in his world, in his mind, understanding the villains that he previously fought. This is the training that he's went through. This is the training he has gone. And this is supposed to tell me and believe that what we're about to see is Dragon Ball C's official canon continuing, unlike Dragon Ball GT. Another great thing that they did, give us a little introduction to Champa, letting us know that he does exist. There are other universes, and guess what? Vados is right there as well. More Vados, please. The realization of Vegeta having PTSD of Lord Beerus looks really dark and cool in the manga. In the anime, if you have the main villain about to wipe out your whole planet, what do you usually not want to do is make a fool of yourself. In the anime, we had Goku stumbling down like an idiot after Goku barely stopped Beerus from destroying the planets. Here we actually have Beerus being stopped by Goku and being shot because Goku here came up with a plan. Though simple with just him popping in, at least was better than what the anime gave us of him being a fool. Now correct me if I'm wrong, but the manga telling us that Beerus is the sixth god of destruction, one, just supposed to show how old the universe is in Dragon Ball Super, and two, I don't remember the anime talking about this, cause now I really want to know who were the other god destructions. How was Beerus inducted as a god of destruction? How old is Whis? I'm a sucker for Beerus fighting. If I ever get to see Beerus fighting, and if someone wants to call this nostalgia or someone wants to call this just pure joy, I don't blame you. Having Goku and Vegeta in their brand new forms of Dragon Ball Super in the same poses they had in the same saga, finally on equal levels, it kind of made me giddy for a bit. Now in the Universe 6 tournament arc, Piccolo, he is not a Namekian. He is the reincarnation of the great demon king Piccolo. Frost may have not understood what that meant, but we the audience, we felt that. Now Vegeta never really got the revenge on Frieza like we all want him to, so this was the next best thing. Vegeta wanted to make it feel like Blue Kaioken was the main reason why I was able to endure watching Dragon Ball Super, because a little bit of it in the beginning was boring until that Kaioken moment. Now looking the fact that, you know, this logically makes more sense, you know, using the stamina saving slowness of Super Saiyan God and then going blue at the second of the impact to maximize your power, this is brilliant. And also the way that the manga explains of how Hit was defeated made me understand a lot more about Hit's power, and it did not feel like bullshit hitting me right in my screen. Goku Black. Most tropes in Dragon Ball always hinges on the villain being more powerful than the hero. The only villains you can ever think of that start weak and they get strong would be like Cell and Goku Black, at least in the manga, and a little bit in the anime. But in the manga, we get to understand what's going on in Goku's mind, slowly integrating from base to Super Saiyan, then eventually understanding what it takes to go beyond a Super Saiyan. But before understanding, he gets humbled on the difference between a true Saiyan and an imitating Saiyan. And after being humbled and also getting Zenkais, which is a good introduction to telling us the fact that Zenkai still exists in this world. Maybe not as broken as they were in the Frieza saga, but remembering us to the readers that the Zenkai still exist within the Saiyan genes and that Goku Black is abusing it. With Zamasu's healing capabilities, it logically now makes sense how Goku Black risen from not understanding Goku's body, not being able to fight Goku, to now being able to use Goku bodies in his own way and becoming an actual threat. Goku in the Dragon Ball Super anime, where it felt like Goku didn't understand how to win. Goku didn't really know what his next step was. Where in Dragon Ball Z, it always felt as if Goku was planning ahead, trying to come up with a plan, trying to save the world. And that's the Goku we finally get back in the manga. Goku immediately coming up with a plan how to deal with someone who's immortal with the Mafuba. And him coming up with an idea while also not trying to make light of it. And may I say, when I saw this panel here of Goku Black about to kill Trunks. I was like, oh, okay, here we go. Come on, race Trunks. We know it's about to happen. Come on. Then I see Gowasu, of all people in this world, Gowasu and Shin making the save on Trunks and Mai. Wait a sec. Is the manga using logic to tell us how Trunks is surviving this long? Applause here, baby. And there really isn't nothing much about this. I just think it looks really pretty. I'm glad Vegeta just making his run back on Goku Black. Now in the anime, Vegeta trains in the hyperbolic time chamber, saying that he's gonna get his payback on Goku Black, and he does. And my goodness, does Goku Black get humbled by Vegeta? To immediately Goku Black humbling Vegeta. But this just makes so much sense that it's a crime that it did not happen in the anime, because Vegeta seeing Goku do this against Hit in the manga made him think, I can take it one step further. And truly Vegeta does. The whole entire Super Saiyan God that going Super Saiyan Blue at the last second was taken to a whole new level with Vegeta. And Goku Black on his ass as Vegeta clears the dust in the air, saying, why are you running from me? And Zamasu, while more threatened in the manga than he was in the anime, the anime treated him like a joke. Here, with him kind of doing a human extinction attack on Goku and Vegeta, and honestly speaking, drawn phenomenally. And the motivation for Vegeta to become Vegeta to fight Zamasu by Trunks' own voice, telling him how his mother, future Bulma, suffered a lot, losing her friends, her family, and Vegeta having already previously established that, you know, he cares about Bulma by him having that My Bulma scene. And of course, we can't also forget, you know, when he made the sacrifice and said, for Bulma and Trunks, and even you, Kakarot. This was just a sincere way to make Vegeta look past himself, and I love it. Zamasu was given to us kind of on a silver platter, you could say. Once we see Zamasu, then we see him get overpowered by Vegeta and Trunks. Then we see Goku making his last stand, saying, it's time I use my full power. Nah, I don't want that. I want this. Goku harnessing the full power Super Saiyan Blue, which is tearing his body apart, gives us a final showdown between two godly beings, where then Goku resorted down to his only technique he could think of, the Hakai. Goku, not having any more choices left, went for a Hail Mary. And yo, come again? Stardust Breaker would have made a lot more sense. And also, I'm kind of glad that isn't what they used to finish him, because Trunks doing the final slash may have been the same both ways, but how it was done is where you gotta say the manga did better. In the anime of him being able to absorb the spirits and the power of everyone on Earth to deliver this final blow on this ginormous beast of a former god, to now looking at the manga, how we see the time limit that was already established. Kais can fuse other Kais and be infinite time, but if a mortal fuses with another mortal, it's only for 1 hour. And to have that destabilize the fusion, and Trunks taking the opportunity to make a right in the middle, as satisfying it was to see both ways that he got the cut, this here just made way more logical sense. And then you also see the fact that Trunks wastes no time saying, I am gonna try to kill the immortal one. I am going to make sure that this mortal, nah, he dead. Though of course that didn't really work out all too well, but nevertheless, Vegeta making his last stand. When he arrives, I was expecting him like, all right, if Vegeta's getting back up, we better see some final flash action. Then I heard him say Gamma Burst. I said, whoa, what? A new move? Then I looked at it. What are they gonna do differently? Oh no, this is just basically Final Flash. Still pretty cool to see Vegeta make a final stand. Now, Zamasu multiplying and becoming like a menace to society. Yeah, I think it's dumb. Cool callback to, you know, Mecha Cooler and his army of himself. I still think it's way better than what we got in the anime with, you know, Zamasu becoming the universe itself. Because no matter what, the ending is still the worst ending in Dragon Ball history. And that includes GT. Plus, Dragon Ball Super Manga gave us Tank Top Goku. Who doesn't love Tank Top Goku? And to begin the next arc after the Goku Black arc, we get a little bit of progression for our heroes. From previously in Battle of Gods, how Beerus one-tapped Goku and Vegeta, we finally see a little bit of showdown between the two. We see Beerus saying that I want to see how it's been. How have you progressed? So Vegeta says, oh, I'll show you. Going blue, full power, and then just for Beerus to humble him real quickly on the power difference between them. Then we cut to see the other god destructions and what they're doing before they hear about a certain tournament of power that's about to happen. And realistically, I have no complaints. It just looks really cool. How each god destruction has their own ways they pass the time, to the art really looking really good, to Belmont's introduction in the manga being kind of hilarious to me, that, you know, who just surrounded by hookers, and the Grand Priest when he says that he needs an expedition match to go on. I was like, all right, Goku, come on, give him a match that we are all about to see. And he says, all god destructions enter the ring. I was like, man, Torito already knew that I'm a sucker for more Beerus fighting. He already knew. Woo! So when all of them entered the ring, and then Beerus kind of shot himself in the foot by admitting the fact that it was Goku who came up with the whole entire idea for the tournament, and then making him, you know, suspect number one. And then all the God Destructions be like, yeah, we need to get this fool real quickly. Then we saw Beerus, maybe not perfectly, but showing us a little tidbit of what his full power might actually be like. Then they had not this 3-on-3, nah, they had this 1-on-1 with Goku and Toppo finally having a fight. Now, in the anime, of course, and same with the manga, there are some eliminations that happen very fast. But you know what? There are some eliminations that I'm okay with happening pretty fast. The Danger Trio, I'm okay with it. By Frieza's hand especially, makes it even more exciting. Cause yo, Frieza ain't got time for this bullshit. Having Goku and Hit have a little tag team duo going on was really exciting to see. Though, granted, it means I had to stare at naked Hit more, and I did not want to look at it more. Now, Ribrianne getting eliminated this early. I wouldn't say I was thrilled, but having Ribrianne just be eliminated real quickly, just to like kind of say to the audience, hey, you know what? Magical girls are jokes. We don't care for that here. Frieza enjoying the fact that he was beating on a Saiyan kind of reminded me like, hey, you know what? If anyone was going to kick the shit out of Saiyans, it only makes sense that the Saiyan genocide killer would have been the one to do it. And how Kale, we kind of actually enjoy her character a little bit more. She may be timid. That part is still a trait that's still shared in the anime and the manga. But her being the sneaky little assistant to Caulifla was actually enjoyable. They actually kind of make a tag team duo. Then, of course, when Kaba realized that his teammates were getting down out on their luck by fighting this goddamn genocide killer of the Saiyans, Kaba joining in, having all three Saiyans team up, and then we get this panel, and I'm like, oh, hell no. I don't know what Frieza is looking like doing this. Oh, I know I'm not the first, but oh god. Just, you know what? I'm gonna put a black bar right here, and I'm gonna let your imagination go to work. And while your imagination is off at work, we cut back to Kale as her berserk rage goes on, almost eliminated Toppo and Vegeta. Vegeta saving himself with a very Vegito move, and Kale being the reason why we get to skip all these boring fights. One, it made me laugh, because these are fights that took a whole episode to happen in the anime, but yeah, Kale is here just making sure there's just one page. Until we get to the final fight, with Goku, Vegeta, and Jiren being left. Of course, we have Frieza and Andrew 17, who are basically kind of unconscious for the moment. Then we have the combination Kamehameha and the final, wait, Gamma? Well, never mind that. Gamma Flash! Their combination beam as their last ditch effort to try to win the tournament of power was honestly phenomenal. And how we even see the fact that their blast was bigger than the whole entire ring itself. And now, of course, leading to Jiren eventually laying down his guard because he eliminated Vegeta. And then, of course, Frieza does the death ball, catches Jiren off guard, eliminates both Goku and Jiren. Then the tournament power is won with Andrew 17. And that, my fellow Dragon Ball fans, is what I believe the manga did better than the anime. So until next time, thank you very much for watching. You guys stay safe and peace.